Thanks for staying tuned. Well, the next discussion takes us to Edo State, where in recent weeks, Edo has found itself grappling with a wave of troubling security incidents, from deadly clashes in local communities to reported highway kidnappings and even the killing of security operatives. The Oba of Benin has called for fasting and prayers, while security agencies continue to battle criminals who seem intent on testing the state's resolve. But beyond the headlines, what is government actually doing to address these concerns? How are the strategies being rolled out? And what role do communities themselves have to play in restoring peace? Joining us virtually is Special Advisor to Edo State Governor on Legal Matters, Barrister Andrew Enwanta. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, Barrister.
Thank you for joining us, Barrister.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, Sylvia. It's a pleasure to be on the program.
All right, thank you.
Afternoon, and good afternoon to our viewers at home.
All right. Well, we've seen a series of disturbing reports coming out of Edo State in recent weeks to talk about kidnappings and all manner of clashes. As someone in government, how would you characterize the true state of security in Edo State right now? Should we take the headlines for what they are, or is there another thing that is currently playing out in Edo State?
Yeah, thank you. I think the security problem we are experiencing, not just in Edo, but in the entire country, it's a challenge that government is not taking very lightly. The governor of Edo State, Senator Mono Mebolo, in the social pact with Edo people, has security atop his Project Shine. And so far, the governor has ensured that he has supported the various security agencies with all the logistics, vehicles, and what have you they need to function. Just within a week, over 300 motorbikes were given to all the security agencies in the states to comb our forest. Little did the governor know that such a threat would come first between the Ovian northeast and parts of the North, that's the Benin Akure road, where that kidnap incident took place, involving an 18-seater bus of our state transport company. But thankfully, the police and local vigilantes swung into action. Out of the 18 persons that were kidnapped, 16 were rescued within 24 hours. And within the next 48 hours, one more person was rescued. And I think it's just only one person that is in the kidnappers' den. And efforts are being made to rescue that single person. And the unfortunate incident that took place in Okpela, where 8 personnel of the NSCDC were gruesomely murdered by these unknown gunmen, who, of course, are believed to be terrorists, leaves so much to be desired of individuals that take so much joy in killing fellow Nigerians. Unfortunately, we have one Chinese expatriate still in detention. Both 4 of them were rescued, by the efforts of our security agencies and our vigilantes. But I think it's work in progress. Just yesterday, the Edo State House of Assembly passed a resolution calling on the National Security Advisor, to please assist Edo State in tackling this existential danger. This problem of kidnappers taking over our forest, particularly in our interstate routes. It is not what the Edo State government can do alone. It requires a combined effort of the federal, the Edo State government, and even our local government, because most of these things happen in communities. So the people in our communities also have a duty, because security is a shared responsibility of the people and those in government.
All right, Barrister. With the rate at which these criminal activities are going on in Edo State, the speed at which it is taking place, would you say it has a political undertone, and what could really be the reason behind these kidnappings?
Yeah, you cannot rule out the issue of politics, as it were, because when we came in, some of the renegade local vigilante people, because these people were armed by the previous administration, and we are yet to recover some of these arms, so we cannot rule that out. But that is not to say that the problem will not be dealt with headlong by those in government, because Section 14 sub 2B places that responsibility on government, and that provision of the Constitution says the security and welfare of the people is the primary purpose of government. So it is not time for us to lament, but to deal with the problem, headlong. And I told you the efforts the state government has made. Even as I speak to you, the deputy governor is leading a team of security, agents and other officials of government, to combat of the axis of the Benin-Akure road. Effort is being made to clear some of the bushes, and I think the police is doing what they call advanced combing of those, parts of that road to see how we can make that place safe for commuters.
All right,
The
Barrister.
problem is there, but our own take is that we must deal with the problem because the governor is not resting on his laurels. He makes efforts on a daily basis in dealing with this problem of insecurity. And mind you, Edo has about 6 entry and exit points. And these areas have forest lines. So you find that some of these kidnappers or criminals or terrorists have now found these areas as a safe haven. But efforts are being made to make the place very inhospitable and, put them on the run.
All right, Barrister. Well, despite all the interventions by security agencies in Edo State, residents are still of the opinion that they are still feeling unsafe. What do you make of this gap in trust? And what's the government doing currently towards ensuring that it reassures its citizens that it is on top of the situation and would bring all of these issues to a halt?
Samuel, you agree with me that before now, what we used to have was kidnap incidents within the metropolis. That has ended. If you notice, these 2 incidents has happened at the fringes of our states, and as such, the insecurity is a problem that it must continually deal with on a daily basis. As I said earlier, it is not an isolated place where we have this problem of insecurity. Remember, it was in the same state, a party chairman of the ruling party at the time, that's the PDP party chairman, Dr. Tony Azegbemi. He left his boss, Obaseki, in government house on his way when he was kidnapped in Benin City. We had many of such incidents where those in government were paying ransom to rescue party officials and government officials. But that story has changed. We now have things happening now in our interstates, in exit points. This is what the state government and other criminal elements. You find that in the past 1 month, efforts have been made to expose some of these criminal hideouts. Still on one of our exit points, the whole axis that's on the way to Auchi through to Okene. The whole of these hideouts have been exposed by both, our security agencies as the state security network and the police. So as I said earlier, it's work in progress. Just to assure Edo people and Nigerians that Edo State is safe. This challenge will be dealt with. We know it's a clear and present danger, and the government is ready to deal with this problem of insecurity. And we just expect our people to cooperate because some of these criminal elements operate from communities. Our anti-kidnapping law is still there. If you have a property where these people are housed, certainly that property will be brought down if you are found liable in court and upon conviction. So it's an advice to landlords, business owners to be vigilant. Just as we normally say, if you see something, you say something.
Well, when you look at the opposition in Edo State now and some of the comments that have come out regarding the pockets of insecurity issues in Edo State, do you think that their concerns are anything to worry about? Because, I mean, some of the comments are that the Monday Okpebholo administration is not doing enough towards protecting lives and property in the state.
I don't think that is correct. I just told you the efforts that government has made. First, in passing laws, because those 2 bills, the anti-cultism law and the anti-kidnapping law, were executive bills sent by this governor. As I speak to you, the anti-cultism law is being reviewed to allow the states to, intervene for future of properties used for cultism and violent crimes. Apart from that, in terms of logistics, it is not everything we can see on TV, but I can assure you that, modern technology is being deployed, and that was why it was easy for the police to rescue 16 of those kidnapped victims within 24 hours, and within 48 hours, 1 more person was rescued. And I assure those people and Nigerians that within the next 48 hours, the remaining person in detention will be rescued.
All right, Barrister, there is this group, the Edo Civil...
And I know people appreciate what the governor is doing and the government is doing in dealing with this problem of insecurity.
Okay, Barrister. The Edo Civil Society Coalition for Human Rights, they are asking that a state of emergency be declared on insecurity in Edo State. Do you think that it has gotten to that level?
You know, when you look at some of the people behind these so-called civil society groups, they are members of the opposition. So we don't take that for granted, much as it was a statement they issued immediately after the incident. But when these persons were rescued, they have not yet commended government and the security agencies for the efforts being made. That statement was issued on Saturday. In the evening of Saturday, 16 of these persons were rescued. You know, within the next 48 hours after that incident, one more person was rescued. We just had a single person in detention. So the issue of declaring a state of emergency, though they said, you know, the federal government should declare a state of emergency on insecurity, they were specific. It's a national problem, and Edo State is dealing with the problem headlong. And again, that is why the House of Assembly passed a resolution yesterday calling on the National Security Advisor and other security agencies to join forces with the Edo State government. And even a suggestion was made that for such security people who mount roadblocks, they should do more surveillance, not just stay in one place. You know, like in the US and other advanced clients, those patrol vehicles are not meant to carry firewood or take family members to church, but to do constant surveillance.
All right, Barrister.
Over 100 vehicles have been provided. Over 200 motorbikes have been provided to comb these bushes.
Barrister Enwanta.
What it was meant for. And it is to call on the Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisors, and other heads of federal agencies to please help the Edo State government to choose a clear and present danger to the security of lives and property in our state.
Barrister Enwanta, in 30 seconds, before we wind down this discussion, now you spoke about 6 entry points, in Edo State currently, which of course aid some of these activities. What is the state government doing towards ensuring that these entry points are manned by security agents as much as possible?
Yes, I think with efforts being made is to ensure that these roads are good, because kidnappers will normally take advantage of bad spots. The Benin Sapele Road, the Edo State government is directly involved in fixing that road. The Benin Auchi Road, all the bad spots, the Edo State government is involved, working closely with the federal government. The Benin Abraka Road, which was abandoned by the Masaki administration, the Edo State government is dealing with the Benin Abraka Road, and of course, the Benin Lagos Road is okay, and other one or two. But again, the vigilante, that's our Edo State Security Corps, they have started in the entry and exit points.
All right.
You know, working closely with other security agencies.
Okay.
And this one government that has given insecurity a good fight, and is not resting on his laurels. We intend to do even more.
All right.
In the days ahead.
Thank you very much, Special Advisor to the Edo State Governor.
Those security agents who lost their lives.
Thank you. Thank you.
They did that in the service of Nigeria, and we really want to say that the Edo State government at the appropriate time will do all we can in reaching out to the family.
All right. Thank you, Special Advisor to the Edo State Governor on legal matters, Barrister Enwanta, for speaking to us on the security situation in Edo State. And we're hoping, as you have rightly put it, that the efforts that are being made by the state government, and of course in collaboration with other security agencies, would yield the dividends needed results. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you for your time, Barrister.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so that's the size of Niger Delta today. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We'll catch you again tomorrow for another edition of the program Niger Delta Today. My name is Xavier Robert, wishing you a terrific afternoon, and with me has been
Siphon Ode. Good afternoon.